said that in a while.
Yeah, you say that maybe once a season.
Last time I said that, we had the former Bearcat great Corey Blunt on the show.
No doubt.
And that was a great podcast. And today, we have another former Bearcat great
Who could it be?
on the show. Our guest today is from, originally, the Washington, D.C. area.
Mm-hmm.
He went to high school at Maine Central Institute, right?
Right.
Make sure I get all this
Senior
stuff
year.
right. As a senior in high school, he was Parade National High School Player of the Year, McDonald's All-American,
Speak on it.
played basketball for UC from 1999 to 2000. Not very long. Just had a cup of coffee.
That's all you need if you great.
Then he was off to the 2000 NBA draft as the number 6 pick to the Atlanta Hawks. And he just finished playing in Ice Cube's The Big Three tournament.
That's what's up.
We like to welcome in, I call him Slim. A lot of people call him Slim. DeMar Johnson. What's going on, Slim?
Chilling, man. Appreciate the introduction. That was good.
Did that okay?
Yeah, that was good.
You know, we'll get more into your story and learn all the little intricate details of that path and that journey.
Okay.
But what's been going on with you? Just give us a quick update.
Well, back in Cincinnati since January. Just as you talked about, I was only here 1 year, so I got a lot of school to finish up. So I'm trying to knock that out. Also,
That's commendable.
Yeah, it's not easy.
Now, why'd you find that important to do?
Well, I always figured that I would try to finish up, and they got programs in the NBA that give you the opportunity to do that. But at that time, I was so worried about my career. I wasn't taking the classes that they were offering. So now
Right.
that my career was winding down, I talked to Mick, and Mick thought it'd be a good idea if I come back and help out coaching with the guys and and also finish up school so I can be able to tell my kids that I'm a college graduate, that and I'm Dean's List my first semester. I can tell my kids, man, I'm
That's
on
what's
the
up.
Dean's List. I ain't been to school in 16 years, so you definitely have no excuse to be out here getting bad grades.
Now, how difficult was that to go back to school after all these years and still be a good student?
Well, now my mindset is different. When
Yeah.
I was here the first time, I knew I was here for a year, so
Yeah.
it didn't matter. Basketball was my priority. Now, I guess it's harder. It's hard and easy because I got to do a lot of reading, but the answers are all there. We got the internet. You can look stuff up.
Right.
Man.
It's a different game now
Yeah, it is.
from
That
1999.
ain't fair, man. When I was in school, this wasn't
Yeah.
available.
We
It's
thought
not
we
always there though. When you think it's not always that simple as to look something up and it's there. But teachers are getting crafty too.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure they are.
Yeah.
I'm sure they are. Well, DJ, a couple things that I want to do today. I want to have you a part of our podcast. We do a lot of different things, but also I want to intertwine your story in between our podcast. And one of the things that we do when we start off is something called the Stat Game. And being that it's our 37th episode, what we do is we tie in the number of the episode with some different stats from different sports, baseball, football, and basketball primarily. So you're going to be a part of 37. And correct me if I'm wrong, but are you 37 years old?
I'm 37.
There we go.
There you have it.
Tying it all together. Well,
I got a quick question.
yes, sir.
Who else is a part of the 300 bench club? You mentioned he wasn't a part of it. Who is a part of that club?
Well, first off, Slim, let me tell you, it wouldn't be a big deal to me, except he was talking trash. So Mario was telling everyone that he was going to be able to bench press 300 pounds.
Okay.
And myself and Jamal Lucas, who you know,
Okay.
J-Mo told him, it's not that easy, bro. Like, you don't understand. You can get to 275, but from 275 to 300, it's a different animal.
Right.
It's a lot more traffic in those streets.
Absolutely. And so we had a little bet going. And he said, give me 2 weeks. Give me 2 weeks. And I gave. Well, he had been. Let me preface when I say 2 weeks. Prior to that, his bench press had increased to 275, and so he was saying he needed 2 more weeks to then reach 300. So I gave him the time. I gave him an extra week because he went on vacation, but he didn't reach that 300. So to answer your question,
That vacation took it out of it.
That's impressive though. 275.
Yeah, I mean he's a strong cat,
Yeah.
but you know I'm actually in the 300-pound club
I
at UC.
assumed that.
Yep. Do you remember Michael Horton?
Yeah.
He's in it too.
Yeah.
He and I were the first two guards that season to reach that at UC, and then I think DeJuan Baker
Okay.
got it, but yeah.
Yeah, I've never been a part of that club.
Well, you don't need a bench 300 to be a good ball player, right?
Right. I can shoot jump shots. That's all.
Hey, you did that very well. So jumping into the stat game, we're going to start off with baseball. Our intern Will, who's not here today, he's sick. He's got a touch of bronchitis. Looked up these different stats for us. But quickly, one thing with baseball, there was a guy named Wes Farrell.
Okay.
You ever heard this name before, Glenn?
Nah.
Played 1927 to 1941.
Okay.
Way before anybody cared.
How dare you?
He was a pitcher. Now he played for a lot of different Major League Baseball teams, but primarily
He played for 37 teams.
he played. No, he didn't. But he played with the Cleveland Indians the longest. And through his career, according to Will, he is the one pitcher who has the most home runs
Okay.
for a career,
All right.
and is 37.
Okay. That's pretty impressive.
How about it? Do you think we'll ever see in baseball a pitcher that could be a home run hitter? And why haven't we seen more of those?
Well, they pitch fewer outings now as well,
Mhm.
so it's probably like Bumgarner. Apparently, is like a really good hitter. I think there's somebody else that's a top-notch pitcher that's a solid hitter. But I mean, Babe Ruth was a pitcher,
Right.
so I mean that doesn't count.
He doesn't count.
So yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think 37 seems like a lot.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how many games it took him to get to that point. I would like to see who's like number 2 on the list, but yeah. 37 was also Dave Stieb's number, STIB. Who, if you're getting Toronto Blue Jays throwback, that's the one you get.
Why is that the one?
It's just
It's the one?
it's just bizarrely Canadian.
Yeah.
37 Steve, like nobody had STEIB. That's
Right,
like
right.
a weird name.
The Blue Jays, the uniform I had always were dope.
So if Drake is listening,
yeah. Shout out Drake. Who's your baseball team, Slim?
I don't have one.
Okay.
That
That was quick.
37 does seem low to me.
You think his name seems low for a pitcher?
It seems low, especially
For a
all
career.
time. For a career, all time.
Yeah.
I assume back then there were like pitchers hit in
Yeah. It seems like it would be a
Yeah.
little bit different,
like
but
back in the day. You might have your quarterback might also been your linebacker, and like because you didn't have as many
yeah.
players, and that much money wasn't involved in the game as it is now. So you don't got to save your
Yeah.
guys to.
Yeah, people that specialize like
Right.
that.
but I think it would be dope though if now there was a pitcher who could like
I
knock
would.
it out the park. Like that would be dope.
I
Well,
think so
but there's
too.
a dude in Japan that's like that that's supposed to be coming here that's like a top-notch power hitter, and like I think he pitches with both hands as well.
Really?
Goodness
Yeah.
gracious.
See, baseball needs something
And
like
I
that right
often
now.
wonder, like, surely if you got hundreds of switch hitters, why
Mhm.
can't someone pitch with both hands? Apparently, there was a situation last year that was crazy. It's a dude that does this, but I don't think he's good enough.
Who pitches both hands?
Yeah, because
Okay.
my thing is, if you can pitch with both hands, then we double you up. You pitch tomorrow and today. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we saving money on this cat, or you just pitch one hand
Yeah,
to each.
yeah.
We just get a pitch count for each arm.
Right.
But apparently, he went up against somebody, and they said it's like the first time that this is noted is happening. That he went left hand, and then the batter switched right hand, and then he switched right hand, and it was just back and forth. And they basically said that they had to make a new rule because this was just going like back and forth. Like I'm
Uh-huh.
gonna pitch this way, and you switch around, and I think that the pitcher has to declare at the beginning of each at bat
What hand?
which hand he's pitching,
Really?
and then the hitter is allowed to react. But before, like last year, that was just kind of off the books. My thing is, don't declare, just stand straight, and then you just go into your windup from
little trickery.
I guess you had to play around with the glove, though. I guess that was the
Yeah.
deal. You just couldn't
Well-
get out there barehand.
Well, baseball needs a little bit of a pick me up, so they need to have someone like that, you know,
Yeah.
just to kind of switch it up a little bit. Well, moving on to basketball. Here's our 37 stat for basketball, and I think this was pretty easy for Will to find. He found this right away. last season on January 23rd, 2017, Klay Thompson had 37 points in the third quarter versus Mario Doremus's Sacramento Kings. He went 13 for 13 from the field, an NBA record. DJ,
Yeah, I watched that.
what's the most points you've ever had in one quarter?
In a quarter, I have no idea what that is.
Yeah,
You mean in NBA or?
in NBA?
No idea. I wasn't, playing 40 minutes a night, so
Yeah.
I know I had spurts where I went off, but that's something I might got to look up. I don't know.
Yeah. That's pretty damn impressive.
That is.
37. You watched that game?
Yeah, I was watching a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get to see it live. I saw the replays. Do you remember that game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's that pace for? Like 148?
It's crazy. That's crazy.
But I mean, against the Kings, all things are possible.
Man, he was hitting some shots though, man.
Yeah. 13 for 13.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got that. That's difficult. You can't do that in for free throws.
Right.
Much less
Right.
being guarded and shooting threes.
Right.
What did he finish with? That's one thing I don't have. I wonder how many he finished with that game. Do you remember?
I don't.
I might have to look that one
I
up.
think it was in the 50s. I don't think it was something crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Football. And I want to save this one for last because I think this hits an important topic for today. 37. This was a poll taken by the Washington Post through the University of Massachusetts. 37% of the people said football is their favorite sport to watch.
Okay.
But yet NFL ratings are down 14% from last year.
Okay.
Ratings are dipping, Glenn.
Reds are dipping. People don't like it when you protest.
Now, I think it's a mixed bag of a bunch of things.
Yeah, they like to say that
Of course.
just to bolster their saltiness with Kaepernick.
Oh, of course.
As if they even see the national anthem. Like you stand at home when the national anthem plays.
Right.
I do, but Meacham protests. He goes to the restroom.
So do you think, I was looking on Twitter last night, and I was reading on Twitter, some people were talking about the Sunday night football game, and the ratings for that game, I believe, were the worst since like 2008.
Okay.
And someone said that the product is just watered down.
Yeah.
That's what they were saying on Twitter.
That Thursday night game don't help.
Yeah, that's usually like an odd game too.
It just seems like there's other stuff going on. Like,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying? Like that's just sports, period. Like, I don't know what everybody else's thing is, but like when it's not like a main event type thing, like the Super Bowl ain't dying down. Like
Right.
the NBA Finals ain't dying down. But like you can just get the info online anytime that at a certain point you feel like, why am I just, scheduling the whole day? Just like, I was really happy that the Bengals didn't play yesterday because it's like, okay, I could just do whatever with Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Like you could just kick it as opposed to like on Sunday it's like, okay, well this is
Right.
let's cordon off these 4 hours and I know what I'm doing there. Not that that's bad, but you only got so much time on the weekend. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Now, DJ, you're a big NFL guy.
Yeah.
Your team is the New York Giants. It's like Monday night
Yes, sir.
tonight. Tell us how you became a Giants fan. Being from DC,
Yeah.
you're supposed to be a Redskins fan.
I'm supposed to be a Redskins fan, so I didn't know that when I was a kid. I grew up in a house with Dallas Cowboys. The biggest football fan in my house was a Dallas Cowboy fan.
Right.
I also had a Pittsburgh Steelers fan growing up in my house.
Those people.
Yeah. Nobody really rooted for the Redskins, so my cousin, who's a big Dallas Cowboys fan, he had like an electronic football set.
Okay.
And he had the Giants and he had Dallas. And I used to be the one who played against them most of the time. So I kind of, adopted the Giants, as my team in real life too. And I just stuck with it since I was a kid.
Okay.
And then later learned that, we supposed to like the Redskins. I was like, it's too late now.
Yeah. So you don't gravitate to the Redskins at all? Like you don't check for them and
Nah,
say go? No, you're all Giants.
It's crazy because half our city like the Cowboys.
Man.
Really?
They're like the biggest rival, but the Cowboys fans seem like they're everywhere in this world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's
And they are.
But so have you been to a Giants game?
I haven't.
Never.
Never.
Not in New York anywhere.
No. Nope. See,
Man.
I like to sit down and watch all of them. I have like TVs all over the place, and everybody usually come to my house, and we'll watch all the games. And we play fantasy football. We check on all our players, and we just kind of make it.
That's
whole
right,
day.
Alex. You got you there, Meeks. Nah, he always gets on me because I don't ever go to nothing.
So DJ, the thing is, like, I like the party. So
Right.
I like going to concerts.
Mhm.
I like Super Bowl parties. Whereas Glenn likes to.
I go to a fight party, but I'm not going to.
He
a
goes
Super
to
Bowl.
he goes to a
People
boxing.
talking and interrupting the like a fight party. You can just watch it, like you get it. Like
Right.
I don't need to explain how many yards you made on the last punch.
Right.
But yeah,
Which we'll be talking boxing in a little bit.
is that right?
Yep. Big fight this past weekend, but all right. So DeMar, I want to jump into a couple things. Getting out of the stat game here. You grew up in D.C. What was it like growing up in D.C. back then?
Crazy. I mean, where I grew up, it was just a lot of guys just selling drugs. Really, that's what we thought
Yeah.
was cool.
Right.
And they go from selling drugs to playing ball. Some of them were good at both.
Right.
So that's really the
I mean, Biggie said that you slang rocker, you got a wicked jump shot.
Yeah, and for a lot of them guys, the not playing basketball part was doing better for them.
Yeah,
So, you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
That's what the road they chose to go.
Were there a lot of players in the DC area that didn't make it out that you were like, yo, if this dude would have made it out?
Right.
Because I was just sitting with, do you remember Charles Williams that played for the Bearcats? He played during my time,
Okay.
and Charles is from Compton, California, and we were sitting down and he was telling me about these guys in LA that never made it out, and one guy, I can't remember his name, was the LeBron of that time.
Right.
Like he was big, strong, kind of like Lim Bias,
Yeah.
and he just told me stories. He's like, man, if he would have got out the gang life
Right.
and stayed in this, he'd have been an NBA star. Were there a lot of guys like that with you growing up?
There's a lot of guys that when I was younger, watching them, growing up, and they was doing stuff that I didn't know was even possible.
Uh-huh.
But as I got older and seeing the NBA game, I kind of don't know how their game would have translated, to playing with structure
Mm-hmm.
and playing, having to run plays and stuff like that. But as far as just basketball talent and the things that they can do one-on-one, we have a lot of guys like that.
Yeah. I'm sure. You play a lot of street ball?
Yeah, I grew up playing on the streets, a lot of street ball. That's all it was. And then one day, some dude put me on his AAU team, and it was kind of over from there.
Which team?
DCSO.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Was that who put you on there?
Curtis Malone.
Okay. Yep, DC Assault.
Yeah.
I'm very familiar with them. We played them quite a bit on
Is
circuit.
street ball popping anymore? Cause seem like now it's all AAU.
Right.
Like you can go to we used to if you saw open court
Uh-huh.
in the hood that like had the nets up, it was like, oh, we gotta come back, get the ball, and come back here. Now it's like,
And if it wasn't chain net, if it was like a real net,
yeah.
and it wasn't a double rims, it was on.
But now it's like you looking like a court. You know
Oh, it's
the
empty.
court down by
Sugar
you by
and
Sugar
Spice.
Spice. Yeah,
That's where I grew up playing.
What is up with this?
Yeah, it's still well. And Demar, you tell me if you disagree with me, but I think also now, back then there weren't facilities,
Mhm.
and I don't think you could get into high school gyms like you can now. Like I know kids that have the key to their high school gym. We didn't have that
Oh,
growing
man.
up, and they have they've got multi-court facilities all over. There's 5 here
Yeah.
in the tri-state area, and you can go in and you can get shots up. You can play pickup ball.
Yeah, no doubt.
Now, why would I want to play? I'm saying this if I'm a kid now. Why would I want to go play on the street if I could go into a gym?
Yeah, real facility. Yeah,
Right.
like a real 3-point line. Like 3-point
Yeah.
line was just like where this crack is or
Yeah,
something.
right,
like
right.
it's kind of far.
Right, and then you'd argue about the 3
Yeah,
forever.
like I was a good free throw shooter in my backyard until I realized I wasn't 10 feet.
Right, yeah, you're right about that. It's a lot more facilities, and it's a lot more trainers.
yeah,
You
definitely.
got guys, kids doing 2-ball dribbling drills now.
Yeah.
They're 5 years old, and
Right.
when I was growing up, the coolest places to play was outside.
Yeah.
And now they tell you if you play outside too much, it's gonna hurt your knees.
Yep.
Making
And
bad habits.
yeah, it's just a different time.
Do you think that that's hurt the game at all? The fact that I think the mentality of street ball, and I'll give you an example. I think that I was able to build up my confidence from a basketball standpoint from playing street ball. Because as an 8th grader, or even a 7th grader, I played with guys that were all seniors in high school and college guys at this court called Sugar and Spice here on Reading Road. And they would yell at me if I wouldn't shoot an open shot. Or if I didn't guard well, they'd expose you.
Yeah.
And they would clear out, and I developed a level of confidence.
Yeah, plus you got to play with just grown men. You know what I'm saying? Like
PJ Mays, you remember those names?
Yeah,
I played with, every legend in Cincinnati.
Yeah, like if you was an adult, it wasn't like that. Or you a kid. I mean, obviously, like you was 7, they wasn't like
right.
But once you got to a certain age, where you actually were competent, you would just like, I'm 13, and there's a dude out here that's like 35, and it's just y'all just on the same court together, and it wasn't no thing.
Yeah,
right. Yeah, it makes you tough because that's
no
how
doubt.
I played. I only played against grown men.
Yeah.
So when you take a kid from the street and then put him in a gym with a whole bunch of other kids who don't play in the street, you'll be able to tell the difference easily. He's going to have his way with them kids because he just got that toughness about him from playing in the streets. No calling foul.
Right.
And
No doubt.
used to play with grown men. It's just different.
Yeah. So what kept you, and I'm assuming basketball was a big part of that, but would you say that was the main reason that kept you away from getting involved in the drug game and other stuff?
Well, it was really my cousins because they was doing that. So
they were doing.
They were in the drug game.
Okay.
And I grew up in a big house with all my family. My grandma had all her kids and their kids, all lived in this little house together. So they wouldn't let me get into it. I just was a regular kid. I didn't grow up playing, at 5, 8, 9, 10 years old. I just was playing in the streets and grew tall. Then out of nowhere, I look up. I'm 6'7", I'm 6'8", and I'm a guard.
They're like, dude, we gotta keep you away from these streets.
Right. It happened overnight for me. Being I wasn't even thinking about no NBA.
Yeah.
I played in my first AAU tournament. They asking me, "Are you going to go straight out of high school?" I'm like, "What? What does that even mean?" I just want to cross over and dunk.
Yeah.
Basketball was just fun, and then it turned into a business overnight for me.
How much did you grow? Like 1 year, you just had like a 6-inch growth spurt or something?
Yeah, well, I was pretty tall in 8th grade. I was like 6'2".
Okay.
I wasn't crazy tall, but then by 9th grade, I was 6'8".
Okay. Yeah,
oh, wow. Now, is that the point where you got the name Slim?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Who called you that first?
Well, in DC, people say Slim just as a figure of speech.
Okay.
But with me, it kind of Hugs actually started calling me that a lot too, and it just kind of stuck with me because it applies to me.
Right. Yeah. Right.
Because 112 dropped.
Yeah.
I was Slim before he was.
Yeah. No doubt. Did you grow up or were around anyone that turned out to be famous, whether it was in the music game, maybe another ball player we've heard of?
No, not really.
Nobody?
I wouldn't say I grew up with. In our DC area, we have plenty of ball players and football and basketball, but nobody I immediately grew up with. No.
Sure. Now, you played in the McDonald's All-American game, 1999.
Yeah.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
Some of the names that were in that game. One of my favorite names, by the way, played in that game. Kenny Satterfield played in that game. Fellow Bearcat. Jay Williams. Keith Bogans. Majestic Map.
Whoa.
That's the best. That's the best name. I wanted him to blow so bad.
That ranks.
Just that name.
Man.
Majestic Map.
A funny story about Majestic.
Oh, please, I hope so.
There's not really much about him, but you look at the rankings.
Yeah.
When you playing AAU and all that. So I'm about to play against Majestic Map. I've never yet seen him. I just seen his name.
Yeah.
And
that was enough.
Right. We playing
That's
against
so
his
hard.
team, and I see he's ranked high. So we playing this team, and this guard is killing us. I'm just assuming it's Majestic Map. And the guard ended up being Kenny Satterfield.
Oh, wow.
Because Kenny was on his team. Kenny, I didn't know Kenny. I never heard of Kenny before. I just seen Majestic name. He's a high-ranked dude we playing against. So after the game, I told Kenny, I thought you were Majestic because you was the one that was doing the killing. Majestic, he was just okay.
Yeah.
Man, he need to be a rapper or something. That name's too hard.
I haven't heard from him in a while.
If Majestic Map was playing right now, he would have a mixtape.
You would have to. Forget hooping. If you got a cold name, that you 2/3 of the way there.
Oh, no doubt. So, how'd you end up? What was the process of ending up at Maine Institute?
Well, my AAU coach Curtis Malone, who was also like a father figure, I stayed with him after I started playing with his team.
Mm-hmm.
He took me out of the house I was living in. I started staying with him. It was gonna make sure I wasn't gonna mess up what I had going on. So the last year, my senior year, he said I got Sonny Vaccaro also
Yeah.
had a big. He actually made. I didn't want to go because I was cool in Maryland. I didn't want to leave Maryland and go to Pittsfield, Maine. He put Sonny on the phone with me.
Uh-huh.
Sonny was like, "DeMar, you got to make the move, son." And I was like, "That's all I need to hear."
Yeah.
So I was out of there. So they just wanted to give me a way to focus on basketball, really. And that Maine year was going to be like my college year
Uh-huh.
because we played against regular high schools. We played against like D2 schools and junior colleges, and
Oh, wow.
Karan Butler was on that team with me.
Oh, really?
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we played against some teams, so they
Wow.
were going to act like that was my.
You know him pretty well?
Yeah,
I heard he's a great dude.
yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He is. So that was supposed to be my college year. So I went there, did that, and then ended up being great because that coach there,
Which was?
Max Good,
Okay.
great coach. He ended up coaching UNLV the next year after I left, so we played against him. He was on the UNLV staff, but he's a crazy mean dude. So coming here to play for Hugs
You were.
was actually easier
Yeah.
than playing for him.
And it's usually the opposite for most players.
Always opposite,
Right?
Yeah.
You get here and you're like, what is wrong with this man?
Except you haven't met Max Good, and Hugs knew that.
Yeah.
Hugs knew him, so.
Well, the one thing about you when you played, we're going to get into the whole UC recruiting and ended up at UC, but
Yeah.
when you played, and I went to a lot of the practices
Mhm.
and watched you play, you were always so even keel. Like, I always said, you could tell DeMar had been coached
Mhm.
before he got here.
Mhm.
Because there were some guys that you could tell they hadn't been coached.
Right.
Like, they cruised. They were so good that coaches just let them play. But it seemed that you were calm. You know, your eye contact with coach. You have been coached.
Mhm. That was big going to Maine too, because before I went to Maine, the coach I played for, he was good coach, coached a lot of pros, but he was kind of a pushover, and he would let guys do whatever they wanted. And I've never been that kind of guy.
Right.
But when I went to Maine, and this guy was crazy. He was on his hard, so that made it a lot easier coming to Cincinnati.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about the recruiting process. There weren't a lot of guys from the East Coast
Right.
coming to Cincinnati.
Right.
I mean, we were big on Texas.
Mhm.
A lot of guys I played with. Obviously, you played with them too, but Kenyon. Obviously, Max came, Maxiel, and you go on and on with people. Jabber, Kareem. I mean, all these guys from Texas, and then the West Coast was really big, but not really the East.
Right.
So, what was the attraction to Cincinnati?
Okay, so well first for most of my high school career, especially my senior year, nobody really thought I was even going to go to school.
Mm-hmm.
So a lot of people didn't even bother, even recruiting me because they're like, no way, this kid's going to go to school. So when it came down to the end, after McDonald's game, Jonathan Bender, he had like 30 at
Yeah.
the McDonald's game.
Yeah.
He took a lot of the momentum, from that high school class, and he ended up going straight out of high school. So he was like, all right, is it
Now,
worth to go?
Was he on the when you were in the McDonald's All-American? Was he on the West Coast team?
Yeah, he was
yeah,
on the team.
Okay,
Yeah,
I
he
think
had
I remember that
30.
game.
He like broke
Yeah, yeah.
the Jordan record or something.
Yep.
Just hitting threes.
I remember that. He was on the West team. Yep.
Yeah, so we were trying to figure out from that. Okay, do we still make the jump, or
Mhm.
what do we do? I was undecided. So my last schools came down to University of Maryland, which is home, UConn, and Cincinnati. So I didn't even take a visit to no other places. So.
Only one had Jordan Brand sponsorship.
Right. Yeah, okay. we had that. We
Yeah.
had the Jordan Brand.
Yeah.
Mick had got really cool with my AAU coach Curtis Malone.
Mhm.
Mick was doing the legwork on recruiting, and he was real cool with everybody. And then Hugs came into Maine, and basically and Satterfield was blowing my phone up almost every day.
Had he committed?
Yeah,
to
he was
Cincinnati
already committed
prior to the McDonald's game.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So he was calling me in Maine, bro. You gotta come up here. You gotta come up here.
Uh huh.
So my Hugs came in there, and he was like, so we decided we gonna go to school route because they like, okay, once you work on your body, you're a little thin, they want to make sure you'll be able to withstand, you know, the physicality of the league.
Yeah.
So Hugs came in there and he basically was saying, well, this guy lifted this when he got here and he can lift this, you know, 1 year later. So
They didn't get a hold of Mario.
Yeah, go
Right.
300 Club.
right. So the weight program was great here.
Did you have Mickey Marotti?
I think it was Scott. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Scott. Yeah, so Mickey had left.
Right.
Okay. Yep.
So then he went down through. Okay, we have Kenyon here and Pete Michael here and Satterfield here, Jermaine Tate, and you're gonna be the shooting guard. And I just was like, man, if I join this team, we'll probably be number one.
No doubt.
Yeah. So I mean, I could have went somewhere else and averaged 30 and set freshman records and all that, but I didn't really care about that stuff. I was like, man, we'll probably be number one if I go here, and that's basically what happened. I got here and we ended up being number one, and we were a really, really good team.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Now there were a lot of games that you guys had that year that were instant classics. However, and you probably don't know this, but I've been to a lot of Bob Huggins speaking engagements over the years. I've gone to a lot of banquets and different things. And Coach Huggins, when you get him in like an event atmosphere, he is a great storyteller. Like you can hear a pin drop. Like he's a great storyteller. He has one go-to story. He tells every single time. I'm tired of hearing it, but yet the reaction is so crazy, and that is the DePaul game.
Okay. Yeah.
Right? And
Great game.
you obviously remember the DePaul game. Will you take that and tell Glenn about that game?
Well, that game, first we don't have Pete Michael. He was suspended that game.
Mm-hmm.
And the Hugs got into it. We just lost to Temple. So we down in DePaul. We're down like 19 or 20.
Yep.
The crowd is going crazy. And then this Kenyon just came out of nowhere. He's doing stuff, man. And he had a great year, but that game is what probably got him drafted number one. He was hitting threes. He was defense, offense, jump hook, turnarounds.
Yep.
He was going crazy. Hugs was like, nobody touch the ball, nobody shoot the ball, just give the ball to Kenyon. And Kenyon's going crazy. He ended up with like 34 or something. He brought us all the way back. And I ended up hitting the game winner to win the game, but Kenyon just went off that game. I think that game got him drafted number one. We ended up coming back and winning.
And the funny story about that shot you hit was, and Glenn, if you watch the replay of it, DeMar has the ball, and he's wide open. And he's not shy about shooting it, but he's wide open, and he's looking for Kenyon. Like, it's just like, he was like, do I shoot this or not? And then you shot it and made it. Man, that game, I remember watching.
That joint,
You know, people always ask me what was my hesitation with that shot, and it was just, well, I wanted to, because the lane was open too. I was open, but also the lane was open where I could have went in and tried to go for a dunk. So I'm like, nah, I'm gonna stay here and shoot the ball. If I miss, Kenyon, one of them could tip it in.
Yeah. But you know, it appeared
like I couldn't shoot the ball.
Right.
Kenyon was the one that passed me the ball.
Yeah. That's funny.
Was that Q Richardson?
Yeah.
DePaul team? Yeah.
They had like 4 pros on that team.
Oh,
yeah.
5 maybe.
They were really good, and then they dropped off.
Man.
Dropped off big
I
time.
remember the ESPN magazine cover. They had Q Richardson like Pinhead from where the horror movie is.
Really?
Yeah, that's one of the.
I don't remember that
covers,
one.
Yeah.
That was on Sport. You said Sports Illustrated.
No, ESPN magazine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, DeMar, was there a game for you that stuck out that you said as a Bearcat that didn't have to be your best game, but a game that just is a very memorable game outside of maybe the DePaul game?
At Louisville, that game I had like 23, 25 in the first half. Probably hit like 5, 6 threes. At one point in time, I had more points than them.
Yeah.
And I went off quick on them, and then after the game, coach I think was like Crum. What was Coach's name?
Denny Crum.
Yeah, Denny Crum. He was basically saying this kid better not come back to school.
Right.
But yeah, that game right there was a big game for me.
Right. You were in that zone.
Yeah, I was dunking, hitting threes, and I might have scored 2 the second half, but that first half I just kind of went off and didn't really need me to score the rest of the game.
Yeah, you were on fire. Now, there's one thing also, and I don't know if you knew this, but with the Bearcats being, and Glenn can attest to this, the Bearcats during the time I was here, but I think even more so maybe when you were here, the visibility of the Bearcat players was so strong. The Bearcat players were as much celebrities as the Bengals and Reds at that time.
Yeah.
My team was, kind of I want to say the start of that, but you guys took it to, these guys are rock stars, right? Level being number one.
There wasn't more games in one season than the Bengals did the entire decade.
Yeah, when I was there for sure, we was the best thing in town.
Yeah, no doubt.
Bengals weren't good. I didn't really keep up with the Reds like that, but
they were generic.
Yep.
Our games were packed every single night. Kids were just like sleeping overnight to try to get into
No doubt.
get into the games. So,
But there was one thing, and I don't know, you may know this or you may not, but when you're in that position, kind of like a sports player, you have a celebrity, and a lot of the players get it now, but you kind of influence kids, and I think the funny thing is you brought a fashion to UC basketball as well. I don't even know if you knew you had brought. For example, my generation, I'm ankle sock generation. The Natty, everyone was rocking ankle socks. When you came in, you had socks that kind of came to your calves, and you had, I don't know what you had written on your socks, and it was horizontal, something sports.
Canon Sport.
Canon Sport.
Canon.
So that right there, everybody, and within I'm out of college, but I'm working with a lot of high school athletes, and everybody's like, what's up with his socks? Like, why is he wearing them like that? That was a DC thing, right?
Yeah.
But nobody here was rocking that.
Right.
And then all of a sudden, you started seeing high school kids
Yeah.
with those socks and I attribute what you did
Yeah.
with that, and also the flight posits.
Right. Yeah.
You don't understand.
Playing in those, yeah.
Matter of fact, in a proof to the point, I was talking to somebody about you coming in, and they said, Matt Michael, Glenn knows, and Mario, and Matt said, tell him I have flight posits just like he had, because I think he said they were black and had like the gray on the front or something like that. And he bought those because you had it, and you had the headband. So did you realize that at the time, or were you just being you?
I didn't realize it as far. I mean, I know it from the people around me because I was wearing Canon Sport, like sweatsuits, headbands, and stuff like that every day. So as I started to wear it, then Kenny, he my roommate, the guy that's sending me the stuff, he sent it for Kenny.
Yep.
I see no Kenyans wearing it.
Yep.
And we had the draft. All the other guys, they like, what's that? Now they wearing it, so it kind of spread around my first few years in the league. With in the cities I was in, a lot of people wanted to wear.
Yeah.
That stuff that I was wearing. I didn't know how far it reached though.
In the high school level, in this community, it was big. I mean,
a lot of people did talk about the phone posits too.
Yeah.
I didn't realize. Because we had Jordan, but I like to keep my Jordans. I didn't really want to mess them up.
You didn't even rock. You really didn't rock Jordans. You were K-Sat. Well, K-Sat did more than you did, right?
Right.
While bit your phone posit style.
It's a DC thing.
Did that pop off like immediately, or did it like kind of?
Yeah, even now, like I don't wear phone posits anymore. I'm a Jordan guy, but like phone posits has always been big in DC.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I remember, Bibby was the first cat when
With
Arizona won. Yeah,
that's. He rocked the blue joints.
Yeah, because Penny was injured that year.
Yeah.
So he didn't hardly rock them in the NBA like that, and then it's like they just kind of went by the wayside. And then when they started retroing, it was like, oh man, these the joints.
Those things are heavy though. The ones I played in was the zipping up ones. They wasn't as heavy.
Yeah, those
as
was
the blue ones, like Penny.
Yeah.
Because when they had like the ones kind of like purple with the purple sheen.
Yeah, I wore those. Those
Yeah.
Those here.
Those were the joints.
Now, did you get resistance when you wore those from the equipment people?
Nah, not at all. Not that
See, you lucky, man. They were all over us. Like I'm a Jordan guy, so I'm rocking J's.
Right.
But anybody that came in with Nikes, it was like, nah, you gotta rock your J's. But I guess you were
weren't going pro.
Yeah, I wasn't going pro.
They knew I was out of here.
They were like, let me just.
The seeds were
I ain't making no interviews.
So what the company, the socks? What is that?
Well, it's no longer. It's in DC. We have a lot of people who come up with their own clothing. Like, at that time wasn't a lot. After that, a lot of when they seen what he did with us with that, a lot of people started to just make up their own clothing line.
Okay.
And he was but we have some that's been going on since before I was born. So he was just one of the guys who made up a clothing line. He was a friend of mine, and he looked out for me a lot. And he was just giving me his clothes, and he was trying so I could wear it, and other people could want to buy it. And for a few years, it was doing really well. And then he ended up going to jail, and it kind of just fell off.
Yeah.
We're gonna bring it back.
You still have some?
I mean, I don't know where my stuff. I had like a whole room full of that stuff at one point in
Did you?
time in one of my houses. I was telling my friends, like, where is that stuff?
Yeah,
I
yeah,
have no
yeah.
idea where it is. I don't see nobody wearing it. Whoever stole it, I don't know where it is.
Diesel got it.
I had plenty of those guys. They stole all kind of my stuff.
Oh yeah, yeah, I bet. But no, it really, and the crazy thing, and I bring the socks up because I think then the companies really started to get hip that, you know, the money sometimes is in the accessories.
Yeah.
So socks became an accessory, and then, you know, that then led to the colorful socks, the elite socks. When you rock ankle socks, there's no visibility with it. It is what it is. But then, you know, the elite sock phenomenon became a thing. I mean, $1 million business.
Right.
Yeah, 'cause
You know,
$20 socks is crazy.
I know.
Like when we was growing up, like $20 socks, like man, that's a shirt.
Yeah.
Did I ever tell you the elite sock story?
Nah.
So, and I'll share this with you, D. So, the elite socks, they first gave them to John Wall in UK
Okay.
for the TV, from TV purposes. So UK had a big game, so they gave the socks to UK, but John Wall wore them. So then everyone rushes into Foot Locker, Foot Action, all the stores like, we want the John Wall socks. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, we don't know what that is. So they kind of built up the hype and said, these are elite socks for only the elite players.
Okay.
So, you know, the hype started to grow. So I'm on the AAU circuit. And at the time, I had one of the top AAU teams. The other top team in the country was All Ohio with Jared Sullinger, Aaron Kraft, so forth and so on. They ended up winning nationals and everything. So we were on a crash course to play All Ohio down at nationals in Orlando. Well, when we get to the tournament, Nike had given All Ohio red elite socks with the white stuff, you know, the white blocking.
Dotted lines, yeah.
And prior to that, we only seen the white and blue and the blue and white that John Wall was rocking. And I'll never forget this. And I said this to him 6 months ago when I saw him. Jared Sullinger was walking up at nationals as a high school student, was a high school player, and he was carrying these socks. Man, people were offering hundreds of dollars for these socks.
Really?
They were like, Jerry, 100 kids were like, I need those. People were going crazy for these joints. And then next thing you know,
And you gave him 100, and he was uneligible for the game.
I
and
wish.
y'all win.
That's
No,
what
we-
NCAA do.
well, we ended up losing to CP3. Otherwise, we would have played All Ohio in the
Okay.
Final Four, but CP3 got us, and I think All Ohio then beat CP3 and won it all.
Okay.
But anyway, so let's then jump into the NBA. You're preparing for the NBA draft. At what point did you know? I mean, did you know prior to it, like, okay, Atlanta Hawks, are they talking to you? Are they saying, like, we're going to take you? Or other teams saying, we're going to take you at this position? How'd that go?
Well, before I even decided to declare, I, just talked to the people who, like, the people who you talk to who knows, like, basically where I'm going.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, yo, where would I go? I knew I was going to be able to come. I could probably came the year before, but I was like, okay, where would I go? He was like, you won't go past 9, basically. And that was, and Houston had the 9th.
Mhm.
And I actually wanted to go to Houston because Steve Franchise was on that team from,
Yep.
from DC.
Yep.
Young Beyonce still there.
Yeah, young Beyonce there. Moochie Norris, another DC guy. And the way they played, Rudy just let them guys play ISO.
Yeah.
But I worked out for Atlanta twice, and I knew once they called me back, I knew Atlanta had a lot of interest in me, and also Orlando, which they took Mike Miller
Mhm.
5th, the pick before me. So I didn't think I would get past Atlanta, but
Who was the coach at the time?
Lon Kruger.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, but I knew I wasn't going to go past 9.
Mm-hmm. Nice.
Basically, because they got guys who find that stuff out for you,
Yeah.
and they did their homework, and they you're not going past 9.
And you were at the draft.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us about deciding on what you're going to wear for draft night. And what did you wear? I'm not sure I remember.
I was having like a gray suit and like a silver shirt. you know, they got all these guys who make suits for you. Everybody wants to be the one who made your suit, so I didn't have to pay for any of those suits. Just all these.
So your suit was free?
Yeah, I had like 3-4 of them because everybody
Okay.
wanted to, you know.
Okay.
Oh, from different.
Yeah, from
Yeah.
different people. They
Gotcha.
wanted to make suits, so I ended up going with the gray one. I didn't really care much about that. I never watched like drafts like that before. I wish I would have, you know, wore some. I thought mine was cool. It was decent. It didn't raise any eyebrows or anything. Nothing too crazy, but I didn't know people actually paid attention to what people was wearing to the draft like that.
Yeah.
Should rock some phones.
know.
With the Kansas Sports Sox.
I know. I should. And a headband.
Yeah, that was funny how the whole headband, it came back. It had a short run, but it came back. Were you headband prior to UC?
Yeah, I used to, even the AAU, I used to cut the sleeves off my shirt and tie that around my head.
Oh wow.
Even outside the court, like I always wore a headband.
You were rocking headband in the mall?
Yeah, like we had an NBA
Like
dress
Street
code.
Fighter.
Like when I used to get my little suits made, I would get them to make the headband with the same material as the little two-piece suits I wore.
Oh, wow.
And I went to the games with that on, like.
That's serious,
Yeah, man. I was serious about my headbands.
Because you, K-Sat, Lenny, all were headbands.
Yeah.
I think Kenyon did for a little bit.
Yeah, I know he wore one in NBA.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah.
But he was off and on.
Off and on,
He
yeah.
wasn't fully committed to it
Right.
in college.
Right.
He's kind of like LeBron with it. Just
He went a headband native.
Yeah. So you get drafted number 6 to the Atlanta Hawks. Tell us about your experience. Just being a rookie and what that was like.
It was different, man. It was on and off year for me. We got Lauren Kruger as my coach, who come from college, first year NBA coach, so it was new for him too. And I think they had the idea where they're going to bring me along slowly, kind of like Tracy McGrady is what they was basically telling me.
Okay.
Because Tracy he said a few years before he started to play. And I'm watching the other guys that I know way better than I didn't kill them in the AAU and workouts, and they playing 35 minutes and doing whatever they want to do out there. And every time I, do something wrong, I'm getting taken out the game. So it was a little frustrating. I was on the highlights all the time, but I just didn't play that consistent, and we were getting our butts kicked. I wasn't used to losing. So that first year was pretty. It was fun. I had money. I was playing ball, but I wasn't used to. I thought I was gonna have to, really be the man on that team because we had Dikembe Mutombo, but we didn't really have offense like that. Jason Terry ended up turning out to be really, really good for us.
Another headband guy.
Yeah, another headband guy.
Another sock guy.
And another
Yeah.
sock guy, long sock.
Long
Yeah,
sock.
yeah.
Where was he from?
He's from.
Is he a West Coast guy?
Yeah,
I
he's
think so.
Yeah. Okay, he's West Coast.
No, Seattle.
Okay, yeah, that's a long sock.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He were the one with said cats on the side of
At
Arizona.
Arizona.
Yeah.
Yep. He did. That's right. Yep.
Arizona and Cincinnati basically ran the sock phone game.
Well,
in
I mean,
the 90s.
quietly, shoe game and sock, a lot of fashion stuff
Yeah,
from
yeah.
Arizona and the Bearcats.
Yeah, real talk.
Yeah, they need to do like a.
If they don't get the Jordan Brand sponsorship back at UC, I'm gonna set fires
There's
in
no way that's
Clifton.
happening unless you bring Hugs back.
What do you think about that? I know you're. I mean, Under Armour is a Maryland-based company.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on like when Cincinnati switched to Adidas? And I mean, I'm sure you growing up, I mean, Jordan,
Right.
and then eventually they switched to Adidas. You're like, what?
Well, I didn't even know for a while, but I asked Mix to send me some stuff because I haven't had any Cincinnati gear at all. He had sent it to me. It was Adidas, but I didn't even know when the switch was made. I mean, for a minute, I was against Cincinnati for a while. After they let Hugs go,
Right.
I was like, man, F Cincinnati.
Yeah, a lot of people were.
Yeah.
A lot of.
Yeah, and then when Mick came back, I'm like, all right, Mick my guy. So, we good. But it took a while to really get over, Hugs leaving. So I was disassociated for a few years.
I think the loyalty
Yeah.
to Hugs, and I think a lot of people, they miss that because they see Hugs as this demonstrative figure, and he's
Right.
yelling and screaming. Everyone's like, oh, play like that guy. And I'm like, do you remember when he got fired? How many guys? I mean, even Kenyon, when he got announced at the NBA games, they said his high school
Right.
instead of his college because he didn't want them to say that.
He was pissed. I had to tell a lady. I went to the Bengals game on Thursday, and the lady was talking about Hugs and just saying, how he was, and yell at guys, and he's like, he never, gave guys the credit after the games and stuff like that. You can win by 30. He still act like he's mad. I'm like, lady, you probably won't find one of Hugs players who don't love him.
Right.
Like, he's gonna get on you. He's gonna get the best out of you, but you guys love Hugs.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Hey, I've got a song for you right now.
Okay.
Mario, I want you to cue up that song. Glenn's going to know it right away. Now, this group is out of the D.C. area. Okay. Now, you're 37.
Yeah.
Okay. We're a little bit older than you. Not
Okay.
much.
Okay, but I'm on my music history. So.
I know you are. Now, please tell me you know the song, and if you do, when you were growing up, was this song that popular in your area? Because it was popular here. Mario, hit it up.
I knew you was gonna play this.
He used the butt.
hmm This is very popular.
Yeah.
This was like because we grew up listening to Go-Go. This was
Yeah.
like our stuff. So this is when Go-Go finally made it like other places. Because this wasn't even like the best songs. Like there were much better Go-Go performances than this one, but this one's the one that made it mainstream.
Why did this one blow?
I don't know.
Because on the
Is
movie.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
it goes
The
on school
soundtrack,
days.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
The School Days soundtrack.
What was the deal with Go Go? Like how did that what defines a song as like a Go Go song?
It's really they playing other people's songs.
Okay.
For most of Go-Go, they'll cover other songs that's popular, but what they do is everybody playing their instruments.
Okay.
And they practice, and you got your DJ who's them guys are like the popular guys in the city. Well, back then mostly, everybody wanted to be that dude that's on the mic at the Go-Go.
Okay.
And they're shouting out different neighborhoods. Then they'll get to rapping, and then in the middle of their rap song, they'll everybody want to hear their neighborhood being
Okay.
shout out, in the Go-Go. So people dancing, and it's kind of like instruments being put together. It's a DC thing. Most other people don't get it.
Yeah.
I never got it.
Yeah.
But that's what's so crazy
Yeah.
because it's like around like 4 places in the country that kind of got their own city
Mhm.
swag with the
Yeah.
music.
Yeah.
I guess like Chicago had like a house movement
Mhm.
thing, and it's,
Right.
and the step dancing or whatever. It's
Right.
like weird. Like
Mhm.
DC had the Go-Go thing, and
Right.
then that's pretty much it. I don't know like any other subcultures throughout. I guess Atlanta probably has everything going on
You can
now.
say Texas a little bit with the.
the
Chop
screw.
and screw,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. That's
Like
always.
the Congo players are really important too, because they'll have a segment where they stop and just let the Congo players just kind
Okay.
of go off.
Little
And-
solo.
Yeah, do a solo, and you wanted to be the best Congo player because you got the fast hands and you beating them, and everybody wanted to. It's like doing something that nobody else can do, kind of like you see basketball players. They wish they could dunk, and they like, man, I wish I could, do the drums like that or
Yeah,
do the
yeah.
Congo like that.
Yeah. So give us quickly. Give us your top. I know you're a music guy.
Mhm.
Top 5 rappers of all time.
Of all time, okay.
Start with 5.
I don't know how to put it in
Yeah,
order.
but he got the order already.
I'm not the
written
order,
down.
but I'll start with 1. Jay-Z's gonna be 1 for me.
That's right.
Total agreement.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
2 is and for Biggie and Pac, because they passed away, they're gonna drop a little bit. 2 is probably gonna be Eminem.
Okay. Oh wow. I didn't expect that one.
Yeah. Then I'll give you Pac, big. 5 is rough for me. It kind of switches. It might be Drake, all the body work he can put in already.
Okay.
I'm always making that argument.
Okay. Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Drake and Kanye got to be considered like in the top 5 at a certain point because they've been around like like people say like Rakim. Well, Rakim was around, like his prime was like 86 to like 90, 91. Right. That's only 4 years. Like
right.
Drake been around for 8 already. You know what I'm saying? Strong.
I feel like only really old head New York guys are gonna put Rakim in there because they grow up.
Yeah.
I grew up listening to Rakim too,
Uh-huh.
but if somebody's better than him, I'm not gonna act like
Yeah, people
Right.
be so
Yeah,
committed to they little they era, and I'm like, you can't do that. Like you just got to be, songs are songs. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Like Big
right.
Daddy Kane had 2 live albums,
Right.
and he was killing though for that time
Absolutely.
period. But like if somebody got 5 live albums, you can't say somebody with 2 live albums is a better all time rapper. You know what
So
I'm saying?
are you saying Big Daddy Kane's first 2 albums,
Yeah.
I Get the Job Done and Long Live the King?
Yeah.
Okay.
you can't tell old heads that.
Yeah.
I'm arguing with Gary Payton. He's saying we just comparing players. He's like Clyde Drexler is better than Dwayne Wade, and I'm just like, nah, he not.
Really?
Yeah, and we're down in the lobby hotel.
Yeah.
There's a lot of players we went back and forth about. I forgot about, but it started off with Clyde and Dwayne Wade. I'm just like, man, Clyde was good. He put his work in, but
See, he's stuck in
he's
the
just going
That's
put his
interesting,
head
though.
down, drive right, and take off. Dwayne Wade got 3 rings. Dwayne Wade did everything.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. Plus, Clyde wasn't never the MVP on a
Right.
championship team.
exactly.
Yeah.
But I mean, I can at least hear that argument, but I think Wade at this point.
You got
Got
guys who think Bill Russell's better than Shaq, stuff like that. I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
this is ridiculous.
Right.
You got 11 rings. I don't care if you had 15 rings.
Yeah,
It's
but
not
you
better
gotta
than Shaq.
you gotta judge it to whom he was playing
Right.
against. Like physically, how would he really rank up against Shaq?
Exactly.
Right. Now, let's, and you don't have to get in like the super detail, but while you were in the NBA, you had a car accident.
hmm
You had the wreck. Tell us what happened, and then how that affected your career.
Okay, so this was after my second year, and this when things was going to start to pick up. I started every game that second half of the year, did great, and the third year was going to be my breakout year. So it was like a few weeks before camp, just hanging out one night, on my way home. My guys was in the car, they're asleep. I stopped at a light, turned on the music, because them guys had dozed off.
Mm-hmm.
And then I must have dozed off at that same light that I turned the music down in, because when I woke up, my car was, hit to a tree. And my friend was like, we gotta get out of the car, So, it kind of seemed like a dream. It was kind of like hazy for me. So I rolled out of the car because it was on the hill.
You catch on fire?
Yeah, the car was on fire. I didn't really see the fire,
Mhm.
but he just like, you gotta get out. But it blew up probably 2 minutes after I got out
Oh,
of the car.
wow.
So yeah, my boy woke up, got me out, got the other boy out the back seat, car blew up. Some girls happened to drive by and see the big fire. They took us to the hospital. That's when they ended up, saying that my neck was broken in 4 places. Doctor said I probably wouldn't, play again, chances are slim. End up, fighting my way back.
Mm-hmm.
It was an uphill battle, since then. I healed pretty quick. Thought I was still, better player after that. I ended up, becoming, a better player because it wasn't bothering me anymore, but they didn't look at me the same. Before, I was the franchise player probably going to be.
Right.
And next is like, okay, well, he's a little fragile.
Yeah.
We don't want to, we don't want to deal with that,
Mhm.
insurance and all that stuff just bothering with a guy who probably, not going to be able to last. So from then on, it was just year after year, contract after year contract, for the next 5-6 years.
Right. So, life could have been a lot different.
Mm-hmm.
Being a wreck didn't happen from a perception standpoint.
Right.
That's what you're saying, right?
That's really, it was perception because.
Because you came back
Yeah.
the same, if not better.
Doing the same things, yeah.
Right.
And but like I say, it was perception.
Yeah. Now, and to take it to a lighter note,
Okay.
we're gonna joke right here.
Yeah.
The picture of you on the bench with the Coogee
Uh-huh.
and the neck thing.
Yeah.
You made that your.
That's right.
Yo, so you guys see this, but can you tell me, now there was 2 of them. One you had a neck brace and you were rocking like the brown Coogee
Yeah.
with the
Yeah.
Kango.
Yeah.
That was funny too. Like you were
Right.
you were staying jiggy,
Right.
but tell us about
And a
that.
lot of people talk about I had to set out a game at UC, and I was on the sideline with a Coogee sweater on, the Coogee hat, and the diamond chain.
Oh, that was a green joint, right?
Green one,
I
yeah.
remember that one. I forgot about that.
So yeah, no, that
You were
was,
dedicated to the Coogee.
The
I was.
Coogee hat, boy.
Oh,
yeah.
man.
I had the whole when they brought up the pants, man. I would have the whole sweatsuit. That stuff was expensive. So I was
Hey,
killing
Coogee
that
pants.
stuff.
They had
Yeah,
him in
man.
Kenwood.
Yeah.
What was the store in Kenwood that sold the Coogee?
Man, I forgot.
You know
what
what I'm
it
talking
was.
about?
I brought like 5 of them.
Man.
Me and Kenya was down there.
You fresh to death.
Oh man, we
yeah,
gotta
man.
put that on Facebook.
But that was funny.
Oh, yeah.
So because when I had my accident, I had braids. So that girl had to go through some stuff to get my hair washed and braided with that halo on, and you know she got it done. And then I had to cut some of my shirts because the halo thing is so big. So I got to cut my shirts to get it around there. But I'm going to the games, and I know girls gonna be there, and there's, you know, I still want to look fresh going to the game, even though I got this big thing around my head. I tried to make it work the best way I could.
Did you know when you got there, you were like, oh, so people gonna be clowning me?
Nah, cause at that everybody was everybody felt so bad for me. I mean, well, wasn't anybody really clowning? Maybe the players, cause they knew I.
That's what I meant. Yeah.
Cause I never had my head down. They come over, they act like they crying, and I'm laughing and joking. I'm like, man, I'm good. So once they feel they can be comfortable, but nobody really clowned me about it.
This was the brown joint.
Yeah.
You
I had a few of those, man. The whole sweatsuits, Kango.
Those are best. Hey man.
Shout out to Coogee.
Yeah, man, they got a lot of money from me. Just like the Canon Sport stuff, I don't know what them things ran off to.
Man.
Oh man.
Somebody got them.
So there's a picture of you that I saw. I should have looked it up before I got here, but I remember you were with the Hawks, and you had the braids and the headband, and you were hunched over, and I think you had on Nike Shox, and you were talking to MJ,
MJ, yeah.
and he was playing with the Wizards. Am I right?
Yeah, I
I
got that
remember
picture
that.
in my house, yeah.
I remember that. I never will forget that picture.
Mhm.
What were y'all talking about?
That's it's funny because the last 2 days, I had people over to watch the fight at my house, and everybody asked me that, like, what was that conversation? I have no idea.
You don't remember
I
that?
do not remember that conversation at all. I do remember having a conversation with Mike that game,
Uh-huh.
but I'm not sure if that was it because he had went to help on Sharif Abdul-Rahim in the post, and
Uh-huh.
Sharif passed it back to me and hit a 3. And I'm not a trash talker at all. You know, I grew up, Mike was like God to me.
Sure.
And I was like, you know, don't, I basically told her, that's what I do. Don't leave me. Like, let somebody else go help.
Yeah.
And he was like, all right, I'm gonna show you what I do. You know, he gets the ball in the post, he gets an and one.
Yeah.
And that was like the extent of really our conversation that day. And I tried to cross him one time, and he fouled the mess out of me, and was like, I'm not Richard Hamilton, because he didn't play the game before that. We played the Wizards, and I crossed over Richard Hamilton, and he went for it. And I guess Mike must have seen that. He was like, I'm not Richard, I'm not going for that.
Yeah.
He fouled me, but I don't remember if we had that conversation then.
Give us your best story from the NBA.
Man, I don't even know if I have one.
Come
This-
on,
I
man.
mean, that's a.
It doesn't even have to involve just something you were around or something that happened. Give us a gold nugget. Come on.
The best stories I can give you about the NBA is stuff I can't say on here. And it is Denver was a fun time for me, getting back with Kenya,
Yeah.
Carmelo, me and Allen Iverson. That's when we really got close when he came to that team in Denver, and it just was a fun environment, a talented team, a lot of top 10 #1 picks on that team.
Mm-hmm.
We couldn't beat the Spurs.
Mm-hmm.
Even though if we played them in pickup, we'd kill them. But we couldn't beat them in the NBA
Right.
playoff series.
Right.
So there's not one in particular story, but it's just like, just every day. The bench team is going at the starters in practice. It's a battle every day in practice. And then, you know, you go out there and, you know, we winning games, and then, you know, we hanging out and kicking it at night.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like a real fun fun environment being around those guys.
Now, did you kick it in the club with AI a lot?
Yeah, it was me and AI really. So especially when he got there, and it was every night, every city, Utah. It don't
Okay.
matter.
What is
There-
there to
there-
do in Utah?
We'll make something to do. So,
All right, this is our story here.
okay.
You kicking it with AI.
Yeah.
I mean, AI is a legend amongst so many,
A
so many
legendary
people.
kicker.
It's unbelievable. You wouldn't believe like this dude, because we have Carmelo at this time, who was
Right.
one of the best players in the league.
Right.
And
Did you have braids at that point? 'Cause you had.
we had like
That's like the braided squad.
man, we had like
That had more braids and tattoos,
Man.
boy.
Man, we had like 6 guys, right? And our braider, I was like, man, I know she is killing it right now.
You the team braider?
Was Birdman
Yeah.
on that team
Yeah,
too?
nuh-uh.
Okay.
That was after.
Okay.
Right?
go-
Wasn't that after
Like,
you? Birdman was after
He was
you.
after me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she braided all out hair.
Oh
And
man.
I would, give her regular, $50 something, but AI was giving her hundreds of dollars. And we getting our hairs done, like me and AI and Mello, we getting our hair done probably every 2-3 days.
Uh-huh.
This girl's making some serious money with us. I know when we cut our hair, she probably had to find another job or something.
Man.
Yeah, he was there. He didn't have braids though.
Yeah. That's a wild team. Oh, you had
Wow,
JR there too?
Yeah, man, we had some talent.
Was
on
he at
that
the
team.
club?
Yeah, everybody was.
Oh.
But yeah, but what I was saying about the difference, so we got Mello, right?
Yeah.
Mello. So we go out, it's just regular, like when AI came to the team, when we started to go out, like guys would just stand in the middle of the club. This when the camera phones really first started coming out. Everybody just holding their camera phone against AI like the whole time.
Really?
And like his star level was just night and day from Carmelo's, who was a star.
Yeah.
And like we play on the away games. They announced Carmelo Anthony boo. They announced Allen Iverson, the away team cheers for him.
Yeah.
I've never seen nothing like it.
That's crazy.
It's crazy. And
AI just has that effect.
he
you know?
does still to this day. I've
Yeah.
been trying to get him to come here.
Really?
Yeah, I was FaceTiming with some of the players in the team, and they going crazy. I didn't get him to come down here. It'd be nice to have AI in Cincinnati.
But hey, I hope make that happen. Anything we need to do.
Right.
Yeah, no doubt.
Right, but still to this day, just like people's reception to this dude is unbelievable.
And does he understand it? Does he get it?
He does.
Okay.
He does. And it's not easy for him, cause like sometimes people, they might approach him at the wrong time, and he might just be like, man, I can't. If I take a picture with you, I might take a picture with 100 people,
Yeah.
and they don't really get it. But then you catch him another time, and this person might be like, man, gotta be the greatest guy in the world.
Yeah.
Somebody else might be like, oh man, he's an asshole.
That's like we
Yeah.
go to the mall with Meech.
Yeah, right. No, but I heard AI is pretty accommodating for the most part
Yeah.
with people that meet them. I don't know if that's true, but that's
Yeah. It just depends on the time.
Yeah,
He'll
yeah.
sit there and talk to you all night if you talk
Right.
to him right, you just sitting there chilling with him. But then if you catch him at the wrong time, it's like there's a lot of people around.
Yeah.
and he still kicks it, doesn't he?
Yeah, can kind of calm down, but yeah.
And you recently were involved, and I want to talk about this, the Big Three,
Mhm.
Ice Cube's Big Three. A heavy Bearcat influence
Yeah.
in the Big Three. Also, real quick, before I forget, was it Kenyon that was responsible for just, there were a lot of Bearcats a part of that Nuggets team. You came over, James White. Did Kenyon have something to do with that? Maybe not with,
Well, James came after. James just been following me everywhere I go. James, look, James
He
went to my
has.
high school after
He's from
me.
DC.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he went to my high school after me. Then he come to Cincinnati after me.
Yep.
He lives right around the corner from me back home.
Oh,
He
wow.
go to the Nuggets. He go to the Knicks. He took my number. I wore the Knicks after I left there. I'm like, James.
Single white female.
Yeah, man. It's like my son. Like, man,
Wow.
stop following me my whole career.
That's funny.
He didn't get in the game at AAU. He played with us.
Yeah. That's funny. That's funny. So the Big Three, how'd you get involved with that?
Well, Kenya originally told me about it because they approached him early on when they was thinking of the concept, and he said that they're gonna do this Ice Cube just call me, they're gonna do this 3-on-3 thing, make some money and play 3-on-3. It's gonna seem like it's gonna be a good idea.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, you down with me? I said, yeah, cool. So he's like, yeah, me, you, and Al, and we were trying to get Gilbert Arenas and find another player. Because originally I thought, because they picked like 8 captains, and I thought they was just going to let them just pick whatever 5 players they wanted.
Uh-huh.
So then when they changed it up, where you had to draft guys, That's when, Allen, when they wanted to get Allen involved, and Allen was like, yeah, I'm gonna get on with the Big 3 thing, man. You're gonna be with me. I was like, nah, bro. Kenyon already told me about it. I got, I'm gonna play with Kenyon. And he asked like 5 times, kept telling him, nah, I'm playing with Kenyon.
Right.
So then, I guess when they put the rule in, every captain could pick a co-captain that they want to just have, but they don't have to go through the draft process. Kenyon ended up picking Al Harrison as his co-captain. And then Allen came to me again, was like, man, Kenyon pick Al. Man, you my co-captain. I said, man, well, look, talk to Kenyon, because I don't want him to think I'm switching up on him or nothing. He told me about it. Don't get me in the middle of that. He said, I'm going to call him. So then he called me back, like, yeah, I talked to him, man, you with me. So I called Kenyon, I'm like, yo, you talked to Al? He's like, nah. I said, man, that dude, wow, man. I said, well, man, he's making me his co-captain.
I love Allen.
I told him to talk to you about it. I wasn't trying to do no switch-up stuff. I told you I'm with you, I'm gonna be with you. He said, man, nah. He said, he ain't called me, but man, you got the guaranteed money, you ain't gotta go through all that, man. Go ahead, you gonna be the co-captain, just, go ahead, that's cool.
That's funny.
That's how I ended up being, with the co-captain for Three's Company instead of being on Trilogy.
Yeah. Now, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, but when the league was first announced and all the teams were announced, you guys were the team to beat. Isn't that right? Weren't you like the top?
Yeah, but I don't know who came up with that. I think they were probably expecting to see Hall of Fame Allen. when they came up with that, but Allen didn't continue to play like the rest of them guys. Like even a lot of guys who not in the NBA no more, they still play.
Yeah.
Allen didn't play anymore. Once he stopped, he stopped.
Yeah, right.
And that game don't really help him because he can't use his speed. He can still run.
Yeah.
But full court was his game. He needed to use his speed and get up and down. At half court, they're just going to throw him in the post every time.
Right. Now, you guys went city to city.
Yeah.
And what was that like? Were they still treating you guys as rock stars?
Yeah.
It
was like the NBA again. It was like the NBA 3-on-3.
How's that feeling like?
It was good. First of all, the league first class, treat us first class. We fly first class everywhere.
Wow.
All the best hotels, they take care of everything per diem, just like we in the NBA.
Oh, man.
Yeah, not even to mention, we get our checks right after the game. Everything's professional.
Okay.
And
the NBA need to get down with this.
That I know they need to help us out.
Yeah.
Like we're in competition with them.
Yeah, it's during the off season, like what's the point?
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, just like the legends, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, stars at every game.
Yeah.
Every local actor or rapper and sports player came to the game.
LL Cool J was there a lot.
He was.
Why was he? Was he involved with it?
Not that I know of. I think he just enjoyed it.
Okay.
He
was like 4 or 5 stars.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, we seen a lot of stars on this tour, and just imagine 40, 50 NBA players all in a hotel.
Man.
At one time, man. It was the NBA again.
It'd be older groupies. It'd be like old groupies. It's a new league of groupies. Like she was dope back in the '90s, and now she coming.
Hey man, shoot, these dudes, we ain't that old. These girls look just like.
Yeah, no doubt. It ain't no difference. Especially in the town ain't got a team.
Now them coaches, I don't know about Doc and Clyde and all them. They might got the old groupies, but these the players, they still in 30s.
It's still the game's still real.
Right.
How was that having some of the older legends coaching? Like I thought that was definitely a cool touch.
That was cool.
Right.
That was cool because them guys, I knew most of the other guys. Them guys, I got a chance to be around these dudes every week. We didn't really have a coach because I was supposed to be the coach, but Dr. J and Clyde and Rick Barry. I got real close with Gary, and it was great just for them guys. But Iceman, man, I grew up as Iceman. I was compared to him a lot.
Sure.
And it was just good having just talks with them dudes. And my boy he traveled most of the cities with us, and he was like, man, he said there's no price to put on being on this tour with y'all.
Yeah.
Just the amount of like just talking to these guys and being around these dudes that we grow up watching. He's like, man, this guy's like the best guy in the world. And he exchanging numbers with Hall of Famers that he probably thought they'd never even see.
Yeah.
Just by being on the tour with us. And Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf, even though he played, and that dude is a great dude to just be around and just listen to him talk. He might have been the first dude that really got blackballed for sit down.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Down for the national anthem, and
Yep.
he's still 48 years old
Mhm.
and can play. He could have played a lot more years in the NBA. They was saying he was the first Steph Curry.
Yeah, no doubt. Yeah, I mean, you see his college joints with Chris Jackson, boy, was,
Yep.
was
Yeah.
stupid. Like that team had him and Shaq and
Mhm.
Stanley Roberts on it. It was
Mhm.
like how does that not win? You know
Right,
what I'm saying?
Right.
But yeah,
But just being around guys, I mean, guys you was teammates with, you get to hang out with again, but then guys you would never got a chance to be teammates with, you getting to know them more because you're seeing them every weekend. And just the camaraderie of the guys just being around each other. Then you go out there and try to take each other's head off on the court.
Yeah, yeah. It was cool having that many Bearcats. Ruben was on your team. Ruben
Ruben's
Patterson.
on my team, James
Yeah.
was on Kenyon's team. Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was definitely cool. That
I
was,
tried to tell more of them guys, man. Y'all, they didn't want to show up for the draft. They didn't know how real it was going to be.
like I thought Max Seal, Jason Max Seal would jump
I
in
would think it'd be great.
because he was over in Japan.
Right.
You know, I don't know. Do they have a rule that you can only have so many guys from a certain college on the team? Does that even matter?
That don't even.
That doesn't matter?
matter. They were lucky that two of their two captains were happened to be Cincy guys. So
Yeah.
and one of the best picks in the draft was Kenyon drafting James.
Yep.
And the thing is, James wasn't at the drafts because James was still overseas.
Mhm.
So James just sent video, and a few guys did that.
Yeah.
So them guys didn't get a chance to see him, but
Mhm.
we know James
Yeah,
still
yeah.
can play. James still in shape, so
Right. And he just follows you around.
yeah,
Right.
you know, everywhere.
Yeah. So that's going to go on next year,
Yeah.
correct? Are you going to participate again
Yeah, I'm a captain. I'm captains.
with AI again? Is he going to do it? Or?
So this is
Oh.
this we're trying to figure out. Well, all the captains, and this was great, you know, for me too,
Mhm.
because the captains get to come back at their role,
Okay.
and the other players go back into a draft pool.
okay.
So I don't gotta worry about getting drafted and
You grandfathered in.
Yeah, I'm grandfathered in.
Yeah.
And so with AI, because they sent me a contract, like a 2-year contract a few days ago, and it said co-captain on there, and I was like, because I did everything for this team.
Uh-huh.
AI was just chilling.
Yeah. His
I
name.
Yeah, I drafted the team, coached the team, played. So I'm like, man,
He didn't even show up to some game, right?
yeah. Well, one game he had something going on, he didn't show up to it. Then they suspended him for the next game. So.
That was tripping me out. I'm like, man, you talking about the
He
game.
gets suspended. He wouldn't come to practice.
So we was trying to figure out. I think AI maybe he's just gonna coach us this year,
Okay.
and then I'll take over as the captain,
Okay.
and then I'll have to probably find another captain
Okay.
to be my co-captain.
Okay.
But they predicting this probably to be the worst year of the league, and this still was a great year. They think it's gonna get better.
Oh, they
and
said the
better.
Big Three was going to be the worst this year?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
the first year.
Yeah,
probably
it's
be
first
one.
year.
Yeah,
Bigger
just trying to
names
get
probably gonna try to come and play.
Kobe? We talking about Kobe?
They saying Kobe. They would love for Kobe to be there, but I don't think Kobe would do something like that. Kobe would probably, be the owner. Man, I can't. He can't be my coach. Kobe could be the whole league's captain if he wanted to. Like,
Yeah, yeah.
if I can get Kobe, I'll stay the co-captain. Yeah, you be the captain.
He should. I think he should be a part of it in some
Who are
some
the
sort of
best
way.
recent like
I think he's
Paul
taking
Pierce?
Paul
I
Pierce.
guess. Yeah.
Paul Tracy said that he wasn't going to play. I seen him tweet something like that. I think Paul said he wanted to play. I would love to get
That'd be a good
KG.
Ooh.
Yeah.
KG would be great
Yeah.
for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Definitely.
Right.
He has that. Yeah. That'd be.
Ray
good.
Allen. I mean, I guess all the big three.
I
Yeah.
don't see Ray doing that. Ray seems like he's just kind of just chilling.
Yeah. It's on
Somebody
on
said
world.
Lamar Odom. Lamar came to the game. Somebody even mentioned
Really?
Lamar.
Yeah, he needs to. He needs
Yeah, I
to
like
get
to
back.
see him
Yeah.
back in the mix.
Right.
I think that'd be therapeutic for him too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right.
You know, anybody else you can think of?
I need to think of some because I'm probably gonna have to
Get Yao Ming.
Because everybody else, man, I would love to get Yao.
Get Yao Ming.
Wow,
and
he
have
gotta
it on-
run.
That would be.
Yeah.
That would be good from an international.
That's what I'm
standpoint.
saying.
What?
Yeah. They should
Here,
make.
here are your GMs right here.
Yeah. Right. there.
On
I
the
actually
marketing.
thought about that.
Yeah.
But some guys that's that big, they would probably want some kind of ownership.
Yeah.
You know,
Uh-huh.
opposed to just going out there.
Get Yi Jing Liang.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep going down the list.
Yeah, yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah. hmm
What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I say he tweeted something. Oh, he put it on IG a few days ago saying that he wanna his last year. He want to do his last year in NBA.
Wow. You think he can?
I don't know. I haven't really seen none of his China games.
I
I
haven't
know
either.
he's been doing good over
He's
there.
huge
Yeah.
over there, right?
Yeah.
They have a statue or something?
Yeah.
I mean, he's like a guy that you could at least bring in, just like, you know, like, I mean, I don't know if Minnesota would want to just have him kind of like as a mentor for the, you know.
The young cats.
Yeah, I mean, you know, because he was wild when he was in the league.
No
So,
doubt.
I mean, I don't know if they trust him or not to be like, but he seems like he's like super mature and, you know, just his story would benefit
Yeah.
cats.
And
you
he's
know.
been playing, and I'm pretty sure he's in good shape.
Yeah, no doubt.
I think he could do, as long as he has no injuries.
Uh-huh.
I think he'll be able to.
Where's he from originally?
New York.
He's from New York.
I know, what borough?
Coney Island.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
but I mean, like I said, he's certainly big three if he don't make it on the NBA team.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Gilbert. I think Gilbert.
Gilbert Arenas?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a wild dude right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You get them Starberries back up. Get them up and selling.
What kicks did you rock?
I played in KD's and Kobe's.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's mostly what I've been playing in the last few years.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Is that if you were playing college ball right now,
Mhm.
that's what you would wear?
Yeah.
If you were on a Nike team,
Mhm.
a Nike sponsor. Okay. Okay. Good deal. So here's what I want to do real quick. I want to jump into a couple current popular topics real quick. And Glenn and I were talking. Mario, you can chime in on this. Canelo, Triple G,
Mhm.
the fight this past Saturday.
The robbery.
I I rushed back. I went to the UC Miami football game. So the Miami Oxford scores. They had a field goal, made it 17-6, fourth quarter, 5 some minutes to go. I said to my buddy, I said, let's dip. Let's go watch the Triple G Canelo fight.
Little did you know.
We leave. We walk from the stadium to BW3's in Oxford, sit down, ready to watch the fight, and the place erupts. And I'm like, what is going on? Bearcats get that pick 6, and they win the game. I'm like, that is crazy. Great comeback.
Run
Then
the ball.
huh?
Run the ball and punt it. I don't know what are you doing throwing the ball.
Man.
I thought it was over. I didn't even, like, I was online and I saw, like, okay, it's a wrap. I ain't even interested.
Oh, the whole stadium left.
Yeah.
It was crazy. Like we were filing out after that field goal, and there was just like everyone was leaving. And the Bearcat fans yelling at the coaches and stuff. You know how that stuff goes. And
That's just like Bearcat.
watch your mouth. So, so the fight, Glenn. I want to get. Did you watch the fight?
Yeah, I'm a big fight fan.
I know you are. Okay, I want to make sure you saw that.
We had a bet going
We had a
on.
bet. Tell Slim about the bet.
Well, I said Triple G was gonna win. Then Meat said that he thought Canelo was gonna win by knockout. So
Right.
I told him I bet that, you know, that he doesn't get knocked him out. But I don't even know what we even settled on. I don't know if we said knockout for each. I'll win
Yes.
Triple G and you win if Canelo
Knocks him
So-
out.
But there was no knockout, and there will be no Kirito card exchange at this occasion. So
What thoughts on the fight?
it appeared that Canelo did not have the rounds to get the decision that ended up being a draw. But I mean, I had on. I mean, not that I'm at home scoring, but like
You should have.
I thought it was probably 8-4, 7-5 Triple G.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't know, the one judge saw the fight.
What was?
That's it's just corruption.
This is
It
ridiculous.
is purest form. I mean,
I heard that. I was like, you got it.
and I don't know why the HBO broadcast. You know, Harold Letterman does the scorecard.
Uh-huh.
How difficult is it for everyone to do a scorecard?
Yeah.
You're just marking check. I think he won
Right.
the round. You know what I'm saying? And if somebody gets knocked down, so it always kind of trips me out when they do that because like Harold Letterman's the only person that's watching this fight that has an idea of what the score might be. Like why doesn't Max and Roy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And what's kind of like everyone. So then
Have the scorecard.
yeah, so then you can just be like, okay, this is how egregious this is. We all got this, you know,
Yeah.
a similar narrative. So if it's other than that, you can and say it as it goes along. Like, I got, you know,
Yeah, I
I
like
scored that round, but they
Right.
don't do that.
Right.
I like that idea.
And there's no price on judges. Like, have 50 judges. Why do we have to have 3?
Yeah.
These 3 people, like you could have 7.
They're
Now, I heard an interesting idea on the podcast. They said have a uneven number of rounds. so that way there can
Instead of
never be a
12?
draw. Yeah, have either 13 or 11. And my idea, you ready for this? Have an 11th round, but guess what? Twice the time. You don't get the break. You get a 6-minute.
Because
So that round, just to get the odd number, but you still get the same amount of minutes.
So you're saying the 11th round would be the last round,
Yeah.
but it would be 6 minutes long.
Yeah, and that would probably increase like knockout because you ain't get the
Tired,
rest.
Yeah,
you see what I'm
they
saying?
would be tired.
That's what I'm
6
saying.
minute round. I don't
Yes.
think they're going for that.
That's a long
Hey,
time.
it's championship rounds.
I think they like the draws though.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, no doubt. That's a
no
rematch.
rematch.
That's
Oh.
automatic. Yeah, that you could write the check for the second one on that one
and by the way, I want to give De La Hoya props for the
for
timing.
paying the ref.
Well, no, the timing of the fight. I think he picked the right time for both of these fighters. You know, Triple G's a little bit less than what he was. Canelo's getting a lot better. He's getting a lot better. What do you think about the fight, Slim?
I agree. I agree a lot with him. I thought it's just sad for boxing that this keep happening.
Yeah.
I thought at best I give Canelo 4 rounds.
Okay.
And so I got people in my house watching this fight, and so we're watching. It just looked like really Triple G is just kind of from like the 4th round on. He just kind of just like walked him down and just
Being the aggressor.
did what he wanted. So 12th round, you know, one of my friends is over there. I'm like, man, why is Triple G shouldn't be trying to punch him in his 12th round? Just get out of the way. Just move.
Yeah,
Cruise
yeah.
out this round. Don't even punch him. I said, bro.
Yeah.
I said, watch these judges. I said,
No
watch.
doubt.
I said, some trickery goes on with boxing.
Yeah, yeah.
I said, and he knows that, so he's gonna, you know, continue his fights. Like, man, there's no way that they're gonna, you know, pull no funny stuff with this fight right here. I said, bro, I've seen worse.
Oh yeah.
Man.
So when them scores came out, they said draw. I said, bro, I just tried to tell y'all, unbelievable.
Man.
Oh yeah. The whole place out. The whole
Oh,
bar
yeah.
booed.
Whenever you in a group of people and they like putting their money for a fight, put in your $1 for a draw. And you walk away with after everybody done put in their joint. You're like, I got the draw. You,
Yeah, yeah.
Like, here's my $35 or whatever.
Uh,
Unbelievable.
Mario,
I thought it was
did you watch it? Thoughts? Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I enjoyed the fight, but I thought Triple G beat him.
Yeah.
Okay.
Beat him pretty easy.
Well, people look at the fights like it was an even fight, but you know rounds count. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I might win a bunch of rounds close, and you win the rounds you win, you know, more decisively. But you know, like once you got 7 rounds in the bag, it's kind of like, yo, I just don't got to get knocked out.
Yeah,
exactly.
I should have this joint done. Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, the crazy one.
For
yeah.
Canelo.
Right. That's what we're talking about.
She got that
What?
briefcase.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
there's
she
no
got
doubt
that
about
bag.
She got secured the bag. I will say this. Watching, and you were watching with a group of people. I was watching it at BW3's, packed house, and the majority of the fight, the hard hits from Canelo caused more of a reaction than most of the punches that Triple G
Yeah.
threw. Triple G threw a hook that caught Canelo. He kind of went back and hit the ropes, and then he shook his head. You know, everyone kind of like, oh. But I think for the most part, and I think Triple G won the fight, don't get me wrong, but it's something about boxing too. Canelo threw less punches, but his punches were harder, and it caused a bigger reaction
Yeah.
from the crowd. And I think people get caught up in that too. Not the judges, but just the
Right.
people, you know,
Yeah.
watching the fight.
See, my thing about that is, and I was telling my guys at the house who not big fight fans,
Hmm.
when Canelo punched, he punched like he's trying to kill you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it looked like there's just so much effort in it.
Yep.
When Triple G punches, it's just natural power. It don't look like he's
Yeah,
putting
yeah.
that much effort
I
into it.
agree with that.
He'll hit you on the shoulder and you'll fall.
Yeah.
And I don't. So that's why I don't think Canelo's punches were harder. They just appear to be harder.
Yeah, he just more. It's coming back from a
Yeah,
further point.
exactly.
Yeah, it's more animated.
Yep.
Especially towards the end when he started to realize he had to be desperate.
Yeah.
And Triple G's walking him down in front of his face, and he threw some wild ones.
Yep.
He landed some hard ones. Triple G never, he kept coming.
Yeah.
It didn't stop him at all.
Because Triple G had him on the ropes so much. It
Yeah.
was just like
Yeah.
he was commanded like the ring generalship, what they always say,
Right.
like that was so on the part of the film. I mean,
I thought Canelo worked really well from the ropes
He
because
did.
most of them guys, most of the guys would have been gone.
yeah, no
At
doubt.
that point, he moved around well on the ropes, but he still was getting hit.
Yeah.
And he still was getting walked down.
Yeah, he should have been losing those rounds on points when he was on the ropes.
Yeah.
But did you see Teddy Atlas?
Oh yeah. Well, Teddy's always gonna give you
No,
something.
Teddy Atlas.
he's
Teddy
a-
Atlas should have won an Emmy for that hour
He
he gave
picked
us
it
post fight.
Huh?
He could have been biased about it
Yeah.
because he actually picked Canelo before the fight.
Yeah.
He just, I thought he was keeping it real.
Yeah, yeah.
he
He's a
was
little animated, but
he was on it. He should win an award for that 45 minutes after the fight, boy.
I'd like to see a rematch. I don't know how you guys feel.
I don't want to see
Yeah.
one rather, but even Triple G would have won. They still want to do a rematch.
Yeah,
Canelo
yeah.
had that in his contract.
Yeah. No doubt about that. Hey, I want to jump in. Did you happen to watch? I'm sure Glenn, you watched a little bit of it. Did you guys watch the Emmys at all last night? Slim, no Emmys. Mario, no Emmys. Glenn.
No, I was watching The Deuce.
Oh yeah, you were talking about
The
that.
Deuce has retro pips talking about the Nixon administration. You got to watch The Deuce.
Let me.
Finally, a show with pimping back in it.
And I'm all for that.
Okay.
I think we've gone too long.
It goes out saying.
Glenn, have you? Or I'm sorry, Slim. Have you ever seen the video? What's the documentary with Mr. White Folks?
Oh, pimps up, hoes down.
Pimp Self Hoes Down. Have you ever seen that documentary?
No.
Go to YouTube.
Go to YouTube,
Type that
please.
in, and thank me and text me later and say
Oh,
thank
man,
you.
It's a classic.
When you see Mr. White Folks,
Mr. White Folks has a.
How long is this? It's like a whole 2-hour thing.
It's an hour long. It's an hour and a half. But I think it's an hour
and
long.
it feels like 15 minutes of just greatness.
Oh man,
Okay.
it's Mr. White Folks has a.
These are real life pimps.
Yeah, no doubt.
Okay.
That's where Don Magic Juan got like really national famous. Don Magic Juan is Pimpin' Ken.
Yep.
Pimpin' Ken
God
has long
bless
been a
Pimpin'
favorite.
Ken.
Pimpin' Ken, Milwaukee's own.
His
Pimpin'
lines
Ken.
though
Pimpin'
are what
Ken,
get you.
Yeah, no doubt. And Mr. White Folks has a old like 70s Rolls Royce from Europe. So he's on the other side. He's on the other side of the
He's
road.
driving on the other side.
You
feel me?
The steering wheel's on the left. I mean on the right.
This is a white dude. White suit, big white hat.
Oh, it's wow.
I'm telling you. And this is a real life dude.
It's old. It's an old documentary.
Yeah, it's
It's-
it's around 98.
Okay.
Yeah. He, Don Magic Juan tells a story. Said like one of his girls that got cut up or whatever, and was in the hospital, and he visits her in the hospital, and the mom comes up, and the mom's in the room with him, and she looks up and says, "Daddy, when they gotta let me out here so I can get you your money?"
There.
And the mother says, what have you done to my daughter? And he said, "Lady, that's just dedication."
That's right. That's right. That's right. That's pimping.
Oh, man.
Slim, watch that.
Okay.
Text me just say thank you.
Okay.
I know that's what's going to come out of that.
We're a bad influence.
We are. I want to say this. So I thought the Emmys. I'm a big award show guy.
He's Mr. Award Show.
I
He's
watch
a fan of hosting.
watch them all. I thought Stephen Colbert did well last night.
Okay.
I thought he did a good job. Donald Glover.
Atlanta.
Yes. Did you see his shape up?
No, I saw. I didn't have
This
pay
needs to,
special attention.
this needs to be studied.
Good or bad?
It is the most bizarre shape up. It is unexplainable. It almost looks like, you know, when you see a map of the United States and they got like the borders of different states, it almost looks like a border. Like it starts, it takes on a square, a triangle, it goes up, and then he has a part down the
Was it
side.
intentional?
That's what I was gonna ask.
Can you see like it's like a meme going around? Somebody's
Yeah,
got
I seen
like
that.
weight,
Yeah.
like a yeah.
No, it looks part unintentional. It looks like parts they try to shape up,
Okay.
but not. You wait, just wait till you see it.
Okay.
Then you go, man, this dude.
All right, I'll pay special attention to.
It's bizarre. So, we've had a nice little DC theme going here with not only DeMar Johnson, but we've had Wale for our intro, EU. And I want to bring up the end of our podcast, Slim. We always have a blast from the Past song.
Mhm.
So this blast from the past song is from an artist who's from the DC area. You're gonna know who it is, okay? Now, this artist's real name is Elgin Baylor Lumpkin.
Mhm.
You know who this is?
Yeah, I know.
Okay. So, Elgin Baylor, named after another
Yeah.
DC great.
Mhm. I didn't know Baylor was in his name though.
Yes, and
I know
he's
that.
named after Elgin Baylor, the DC
Yeah,
great.
I didn't know that.
I know Elgin Baylor's from DC.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Is that right, Slime?
Yeah. Mhm.
Yep. Mario, cue it up. Mario's track right here. Yeah.
Mario is the genuine of Cincinnati.
Genuine. Pony.
Pony. Was this a Timberland beat?
This was a Timberland beat.
Okay.
And how he got hooked up with Timberland was from, he was originally connected to Dalvin from Jodeci.
Okay.
So they were, Genuine and him were connected through some production stuff.
Mr. Talbot.
And Mr. Dalvin introduced him to Missy,
Okay.
who then introduced him to Timberland. And that's how that whole crew
Okay.
got connected. But a couple interesting things with Genuine. Now, he lost both of his parents at a young age. Dad committed suicide. Mother died of cancer. And he tried to attempt suicide. And he talks a lot about that and, him thinking about taking his life. But
Okay.
in 2009, Genuine admitted to having 9 kids.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, he was out there doing his thing for a while.
Now, and you did you know him at all? Did you?
Yeah, a friend of mine was a guy. He grew up with a lot of my cousins. He was doing some music stuff. I don't know what his role was, manager or what. But he managed. He did something for Genuine.
Okay.
Actually, my 21st birthday, we was at DC Live in DC, and me and Genuine was together, and walking around the club searching for girls.
Well, he got one of those girls pregnant.
Hey, I know, and my guy was telling me like, man, G out here, man, raw dogging everybody, man.
Oh man.
Yeah, that was a fun night. I ended up throwing up that night in the club.
Why wouldn't they?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that was the jam. Oh,
Oh, no
Yeah.
doubt. Anything
yeah.
you hear on the radio was in the
Right.
club.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
yeah. That song was Mario. So wow, you kicked it with Genuine.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. I said, let me think of somebody from DC that we would all know, really well.
Right.
That's pretty. Could he hoop? Did he hoop? He looks like he played a little ball or
I-
something.
I've never seen him hoop, but I know he boxes.
Okay.
Oh really? I'm messing
So,
with
so you can't be out here making tweet jokes about
Right.
Jalen.
Yeah. Right. I know all the pretty boy jokes. Yeah.
So tell us quickly what you have going on right now.
Mhm.
Are you planning to get involved with more coaching?
Mhm.
What's your future holds?
Okay, so right now is basically just trying to get the schoolwork done.
Okay. How
And,
far away?
I don't know. I got a ways to go. Probably 2 years.
Okay.
If I keep going at the pace I'm going, I'm taking like 5 classes.
Online?
Yeah, all online.
Have you been to campus at all for any classes in the?
Nah, all mine's online. I go
Okay.
to campus when I'm in practice or when
Okay.
I'm workouts with the players. So just basically coaching up the players and getting my work done. Then in the summer, just I guess with the Big 3 thing now,
Yeah.
I'm locked into that. I'm trying to, build that league, help build that league up, and just glad I can be, a part of the first year and the years on.
Any involvement in coaching in the future?
Well,
At the collegiate level.
I would rather, if it was up to me, I would rather be in the front office than NBA.
Okay.
If that's what I would rather, because I'm more so, you know, I don't want to be hugs and making there yelling at kids and cussing them all out every day.
Right, right.
I want to, you know, put the teams together, and you know, when guys need advice, I'm there to give it to them.
Boss moves.
Yeah, but a part of me, you know, getting my degree is still opening that door.
Yep.
If you know I get my degree and you know I get an opportunity to coach at college, then yeah, you know I will do that if the opportunity is right. But I would rather be on the NBA level.
Okay. Okay, good.
I don't need my degree for that, so that job can come anytime.
Mm-hmm.
And then you know at that point I gotta make a decision. You know, rather be leave here and go there.
Yeah, but you can still do the online
I can still do
classes
that,
with.
yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, you might as well, now that you're this far into it,
Right.
finish that up,
Right.
right?
Right.
Tell for our Bearcat fans, give us a quick glimpse of this year's team, how they look.
I'm really excited to see these guys play. We got a really good team.
Okay.
The big question, the one I'm really curious to see what Kane's going to do. If
Right.
Kane,
That's the big one.
if Kane
Yep.
does what he does in practice every day, if he does that in the games,
Mhm.
it's going to be a really smooth year for us because that kid's fast, man. And in practice at the day, I'm like, man, I'm thinking he's a scorer. He's not even. He's making all kind of passes, and I'm like, man, he's not even sweating.
Mm-hmm. Who would you compare him to?
I don't know. It's like it's hard to compare him. At first, I heard somebody say Nick a little bit, but
Mhm.
Nick's much jump shooter than Kane is.
Mm-hmm.
Kane gets to the rim.
Nick Van Exel.
Yeah,
you're
Nick
talking
Van
about.
Exel. You know, because he's left-handed. He's shorter, super fast.
Mhm.
He finishes at the rim so well, and he'll knock down the jump shot if you give it to him. But
Mhm.
he really wants to like attack you. And he's going to get fouled. And he's going to have a lot of layups this year.
Mhm.
I don't really know who. If he shot the jump shot more, I could probably compare him to a guy like me.
Okay. I'm really interested because it seems like it's going to be a big change from last year's group with Troy, and Troy Copain really,
Right.
you know, he slowed it down more. Really was concentrating on making less mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
And Kane, from the little glimpse that I've seen of him, he really wants to he's not as worried about making
Right.
mistakes, but more creating opportunities. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, I agree. And I told Mick this because that's what Troy was good at. I mean, Mick really wanted Troy to push. Like people ask why we don't run. I said, well, Mick, we got drills where they gotta, get a certain amount of layups back and forth in a certain amount of time. Mick
Right.
tells them to run all the time, but Troy is just he's careful with the ball.
Yeah.
He's not going to go
Yep.
up there and just try to do anything and turn the ball over. Kane is not a turnover heavy guy, but Kane's going to get more turnovers because he's going to make more happen. He's
Right.
He's going to make things happen.
I think we can live with that.
I think we can live with that too. And
Yeah.
Mick knows that.
I just saw a magazine said number 8 in the country preseason.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
I saw a couple magazines of us being top 10 in most
Yeah.
magazines. And two, I like the schedule, the way the schedule's set up this year. I like the Crosstown Shootout early. I believe it's December 2nd, I believe it is.
Oh,
And then
wow.
I like it early because sometimes when you have it during the conference, it takes away from,
Yeah.
I think the guys
Focus.
concentrate. Yeah. And then we go from the Crosstown Shootout to New Jersey to play the Gators, the Florida Gators, December 9th. And then, I forget who we play in between, and then we play,
the Meacham Family Classic.
that's right. Then we play UCLA,
Mm-hmm.
at UCLA.
Mhm.
Now we play Wichita home and home, Wichita State.
Second ball brother.
What you say?
Second ball brother, Leangelo.
Oh yeah, that's right. So and then Wichita State. I mean, they're as high. I saw them at, ranked number 3 in one poll. So
Are they?
I think the schedule's set up to be.
We got to buy that kid his Jordans too. We
Oh,
promised him.
Jr.
Yeah.
We gotta get it, Jr.
we just lie at the kids.
So so DJ, one thing we do during the basketball season is I reach out to a different walk-on from a team a basketball team around the country, and I have them on the show and get that perspective from the end of the bench.
Right.
So we had a walk-on from Wichita State, and my shtick is I challenge each walk-on that we have on the show to beat my walk-on record for a single game, a single game scoring. So one kid did beat it. So
And what is that record?
I had 7 points in 30-some seconds.
Okay.
So we told them if they could get 8, we'd buy them a pair of Jordans. But we'd buy the Jordan of whatever number they scored. So what did he get, 12 or 9?
No, he had 8. So we owe him
Okay, so we got to get finally some 8s.
Jordan 8s.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
he did this after y'all had this conversation.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, because we brought him back on, didn't we? Because we originally talked to
Well,
Zach Bush.
we didn't necessarily make the promise to him previously, but one of the teammates.
Yes,
yeah.
that's right, Zach Bush.
So
did,
we
yeah.
do have a contractual out if we just don't ever want to give him shoes.
Right.
Yeah, we didn't
Right.
promise him. We promised your boy.
That's funny. Well, DJ, I appreciate you coming on. I know you got to get and go watch your boys play here.
Yeah.
Looks like Odell's gonna be healthy this game.
Yeah. Well, hey, we appreciate you coming on, man. Gave us some good stories, and I think a lot of people wanted to know about those socks. That's funny. We got to the bottom of those damn socks.
Yeah, man.
That's a good story, man. We appreciate you coming on the show.
Well, thanks for having me anytime.
Yeah, we're gonna have you on again, hopefully during the basketball season.
Right.
Talk a little bit about the hoops,
Yeah, man. Just let me know.
and make sure you check out Pimps Up, Hose Down.
Okay. I got you.
I want that text saying thank you. I need to post a picture of Mr. White, folks,
Yeah, I mean,
for no reason at all.
I mean, you know, he's not. He needs the legendary status that he earned on the Vegas streets.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah.
We need to get an update on what that cat's doing.
We need a pimps up, hoes down like reunion. All the pimps, see where they're at. Catch up with the hoes. see who's in a good better position.
Next podcast,
Yeah, we're gonna have the
top 5 pimps.
top 5 pimps of all time.
You down with that?
Yeah. Let's search it out.
Okay.
All right.
Mario, will you do some research on that?
What?
Too short.
No, come on. You
Come on, man.
These are the beautiful thing about. I'll give you a list, and you just see some of the names like Sir Captain. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like real pimps.
Right.
So you know, if you don't know their work, just go by the name.
That's
all
right.
you need.
That's right. We want to thank everybody for listening to another edition of the No Further Comments podcast. I'm your co-host, Alex Meach.
I'm Glenn, and we are out.